Oh, here we are again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. It is I, your favorite Stargo, the one and only Stephen Gray. Today is Friday, August the 14th. Yes, I had to look. Oh, yes, I have been on the edge of my seat. Let me tell you something. I've been monitoring the situation. Look at my eyes. Look at them eyes. I'm telling you right now. They bloodshot because I can't sleep. And when I do sleep, I'm like gritting my teeth, like straight up. I'm like clenched. I'm like, Argh. Wake up, feel like I could literally just rip the world in half. Just two hands, Argh. Eat right through it, no problem. Because it's Friday, and that's what we're doing. All right, I'm just kidding. The title of this particular podcast is "It's Friday, I'm in Love." Just today, only today. I'm kidding. I'm in love 24/7, 365, 364. It's a leap year. I don't know. Honestly, it's really come to this where I'm just not going to monitor the situation anymore. I'm not going to report the news. I'm not going to tell anybody what's going on in the world. Because this is what, if anybody else has reached this level, reach out, throw it in the comments. Let me know if you have already reached the point where you have just realized that it's not going to change. On one side of the spectrum, it's a whole world of everything's fine. And then on the other side is like several groups of people that are like, it is not fine. Woo! I can't even keep up with them anymore. You know? The Gandhi dude, he really set the bar really high, you know, defeating Great Britain, right? Without even doing anything. He just stood there and literally did nothing. And it makes me think about like all the freeloaders in our society. And I'm like, maybe they're trying to do something. Maybe they're trying to take down the country like Gandhi did with England. I don't know. I'm just rambling right now. It is so early. I am doing a lot of refraining. I have to moderate my own self because I say things that some people feel should just not be said. I said a whole bunch of things over the last few days, over the last 44 years. I might have even done things. I've stumbled across things that I shouldn't have seen and then confronted people about it. Full, straight transparency. And somehow I end up being the culprit. Somehow I'm in trouble for that. And I'm like looking at them and I'm like, well, one, it, it's something like you and I both had access to at any given time. So why would you be a sneaky sneak about that? Like if I could see the same thing that you see, and then you are clearly doing something untrustworthy, and I confront you in light of trust. I mean, it's just our whole system right now is just so. I mean, military, there's issues, but for the most part, it's based on integrity, like doing the right thing. People like handling business and showing up and not going behind your back and not saying something to your face and then going and doing something else, right? Taking advantage or thinking you're taking advantage, right? Oh, well. I'm just so in love. And the love that I feel, I just want to share it with you. And I would play it on the song, but after many trials, I have finally decided to not do that until I get an actual pickup to separate the two sounds because apparently my microphone wants to argue over whether or not it's going to get my vocals or if it's going to get the acoustic guitar. How am I able to record on this? What has this got like 10 microphones in it? I could literally be recording in a room behind a wall, me singing, guitar playing, and then I would do the playback, and I could hear cars driving down the street. I can hear children playing their video games clicking in the background. I'm like, what is this? What is this? Versus this. Like, I got this fancy little blue thing, and I'm like, man, what love do I have to give to this microphone? I'm sure it sounds great like this, and I know it sounds even better when I put these on. And the reason is because now I can hear my own voice, and now I can hear that static. I can feel it. Hold on. Is it there? How about now? Yeah. See? And when I put on the headphones, it's almost like I can hear the resonance or something like that. I can hear the vibration. I can hear my voice echoing in my head. And I think when I do that, it forces me into automatic DJ mode. This is my radio voice. It should just be my regular old streaming voice, I know. And after hearing it for so long, you would think that I would have this down pat, but then once I take off the headphones, unless I deliberately keep doing that, otherwise, yeah, it is actually something that you really have to think about. A lot of people, they just like want to talk and they just want to like raise their voice and don't raise your voice at me. No, that's just giving you an example of all the different levels that we can get at. So I want to thank everyone who has shown up in literally 6 minutes. This is moving a lot faster than I thought it would, honestly. I know some of you might be new here, and for the returning viewers, you already know what it is. And I did say it back at the beginning, but I'm not going to make anybody rewind and have to go through that again. I just want to let you know. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I am grateful that you and I are able to experience this journey right here, right now, in this moment. It is literally the greatest of all time, because we're not here yesterday. I mean, we were, but we're not living in yesterday, are we? And we're definitely not living in tomorrow. We're living right now. It's the goat. All this carbon-based life. Cooled down stardust, literal star goats. You're the star, you're the goat. It is Friday. I love you. Why am I repetitively saying I love you over and over again? Because there was a dude. He was a young dude. I was telling the story, and I had to eradicate it from my timeline just because of the nature of the events that went down 2 days ago on the city bus. Wow. I honestly don't. I don't even. I feel bad for saying the gender of one of the individuals who were in this particular situation. I don't want to discuss their race, gender, ethnicity, my potential diagnostics. I don't even. All I want to say is that one individual intimidated another individual because the individual that was being intimidated was openly expressing divine love to everyone in the vicinity. And one individual came up onto that city bus and did not want to hear it, and instead chose violence, aggression, a lot of racial slurs. I mean, it was obvious that individual was not a leader in his community or in the world. An individual that takes that stance, that emotional, very clannish, tribalist stance, right? You know the type. They're out there, right? And they believe things need to happen a certain way, and that somehow they're entitled to take advantage. And yeah, the individual was, it was a dude, but he was explicitly exploiting the gap, the big giant hole in our system. And it's that at any given time, the individual could have, if he had the time, his exact words, he could have gotten off the bus and, yeah, he was going to beat that dude's head in. Like, and not in like, I'm just going to beat you up kind of way, like in a really bad, really, really, really bad kind of way. And, I don't stand for people antagonizing one another. I feel bad when I get provoked and emotional and I want to antagonize people because I get that general consensus bias and I forget that, yeah, everybody is not the same. Not everyone is on the edge of their seats ready to literally defend their words. A lot of people are not ready for that, right? And I made one post I had to just take down because I'm watching these spaghetti westerns, and when men disagree, they take it out to the street and they make arrangements to settle the argument. And somebody's walking away, right? And the other person is walking away. They're not walking away. They're just going to be wrong. They're going to be in the ground and wrong. And I'm posting this thinking to myself, this is next level, like military soldier frame of mind. I'm not that guy. I can be. I've been trained to be that guy. I can just flip that switch. I was also posting about that, right? All that love that I generated my entire life pre-army, and when I did join the army, everybody just was like, "What? Whoa! You? Are you sure? Do you know what the military does, Steve?" I'm like, yeah. But I needed it. I needed to go in. I needed to have a deeper understanding of why we are the United States of America, 250 years. God bless America. God bless you. God bless everyone. How about we just get straight into the music? I know that's what you actually came for. So, questions, comments, concerns, you are more than free to drop some comments on there. Yeah, I know everybody already knows what actually went down. You wonder, why'd you delete it? You know what? I deleted it because it's my timeline. Ha! Imagine that, right? I set the tone. And if I feel I have made a message in error, I stand corrected. I know I promised you I wasn't going to do this, but I can't help it. I'm going to do it anyway. I really wish I could get these two things separated for you. It would just sound so good. And to share the love with you, deep in the night, a sound carries through. See, and that's the thing. If I do the DJ voice, headphones work great. But if I want to sing, I need to hear the guitar. Air dish. I haven't even sang today. This is like literally just dry running my hair. We'll see if I can't keep that pretty low. Lots of deep breaths, everyone. Let's stay hydrated today. Let's get out there and just do the best that we can. All right. I don't want to linger on this for too long. I was on here on Monday. It's been a wild week. A lot of the times when I was getting ready to leave my house, I had taken into consideration like this feeling of restraint, like that withholding. Like I just can't go forward for some reason. There's something telling me in my head, don't do it. Don't go that way. Right. And you feel it, you see it, you hear it, you smell it. Right. And it's so peculiar. Like I normally, I walk around not too heavily armed, but for the most part, I keep provisions on me, right? And my gosh, that Wednesday, I didn't bring nothing. I had nothing on me. I had my phone, but I was just trying to chill. I was just trying to bring peace to the table, like these songs. It's the most peculiar thing. I'm like, hey, everybody, your energy affects your environment. And everybody's like, yeah, we know. That's cool. But why acknowledge that information? Why even talk about it? I'm going to tell you why we're going to talk about it. And the reason we talk about it is because when we ignore it, it's like a lightning bolt looking for what would you call it? A conduit, right? Something to transfer its energy, right? Some way to get from the sky to the ground. Does it need a reason? Yes. So it needs a goal. There's an endpoint to where that lightning is trying to get to, right? Is it conscious? We will have to ask Sunshine Megatron. If you know about Sunshine Megatron, you have been on the internet for a long time. And how's your back this morning? All right. So that way you can see a little bit better what I'm doing here. I'm finger picking the guitar right now. And I'm just thinking to myself that this could be heaven and this could be hell. Somebody told me that Hotel California was one of the easiest songs to play on the guitar. You guys believe that? What if I played it like this? Yeah, I'm finger picking it, that's why. Warm smell of colitas rising up in the air. Up ahead in the distance, I saw a shimmering light. My head grew heavy on my side could doom. I had to stop for the night. That's all you get for today. Just kidding. That's not how the song is sang. That was the detuned version. And there she stood in the doorway. I heard the mission bell. I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven, this could be hell. And so she lit up the candle, and she showed me the way. Down the dark corridor, I thought I heard voices say, I just want to jam, honestly. I don't want to hear people degrading each other, hurting each other, invading each other. Like, just, golly, gosh, darn. Is it really that difficult to not be simping on each other? Whoa, yeah, I know. I just said everybody in the world is a simp. Literal. Copycat simp. Arrgh! I love you. I'm just kidding. You are awesome. If you're here, you already know what's up. You probably aren't that person. More likely than not, you and I are those people that are sitting over here just like, when is it ever going to end? Like, are we really that special in the universe? We have to wear suits and ties. Are we really so confused about how many resources are available to one another, how fast the population grows? Is it really that complicated? I mean, in the early 1900s, even Socrates was able to give us a good psychoanalytical perspective. Freud, Jung, I mean, and I named some big ones like, what about, what was it, William Wundt, the forefather of modern psychology? Man, I want to get out there. I just want to sing the song. I'm here to share love with you. Deep in the sun carries through. Deep in when you feel it, love's anew. A gust of wind through the trees, pollen speaks to the bees. I know. Let's deal with it. Blades of grass through a cone, manicured and trimmed up all around. Take a sip of your Lonnie New. Lovely it speaks to you. Yes, that bubbly speaks to you. And if you drink too much, it will really speak to you. So watch out for that. Hello, any car again. Fix or repair daily. I'm consuming friend. Systematically customized, conjured up before your eyes. I hold my Walkman on my side, deep pockets, music will arise. Here to share the love with you. Deep in the heart, the sound carries through. Deep in the heart, when you feel it, love's anew. Vocalize it, try that, feel it inside. Express what is eternally internalized. If you've made it this far and you wonder why, Stephen, what could you mean? I reply, it's in the heart of lies, slumbers, choice of words, perhaps it's awake and alive and filled with joy and spreading delight. External influence, validation, stickers, ego driven, the stories of old shall not be forgot. Certainly for sure you've heard it twice, count this thrice. What is meant to be will remain, it will not be forced. Organic is organic, God whom we pursue. To share the love with you. Deep in the heart, the sound carries through. It sounds better if I can play the guitar, but I don't want to overwhelm the microphone. You guys know that. You got the point. You heard it. You got it. I've got this published. It sounds just unedited, unpolished, untouched by anybody other than me. On Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube Music. You just heard an acoustic version. I post rehearsals and other versions of me playing the song all the time. If you happen to be in the world where I am at any given time, I might be walking down the street playing that on my guitar. Yeah, and I'll be wearing slides straight up. Yeah. And I joke about dudes that wear slides because a lot of us have not been trained in hand-to-hand combat, right? And I joke about that a lot because there's some aggressors out there, and that little funny saying about warrior in a garden, better to be a warrior in a garden than a hoe. A gardener in a war. I know. I know. I love this like little boom, 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 boom. It's like too much for the microphone. The microphone's like, ah! Everybody's ears are like, ah! Stop, Steven, stop! Allá en el rancho grande, allá es donde vivía. Que me desacía, que me desacía. Oh, it's a little Spanish. What's his name? Norte? Jorge? I think that was Norris? Nuevo? Norte. I'd have to look it up. I think it's Jorge, though. George. Great musician of the times. Like, man, that dude could just and sing. You guys know the song. You've heard it. Like, he's the one that did that. I ain't doing it. Not now. No. It's like literally we're in studio. I would blow up your microphone eardrum. Like, it would just. I mean, you heard me earlier when I was doing the death metal version of Hotel California, right? Like, the voice will travel. I know a lot of the times, like when I talk, you're like, I can't hear him, and I can't read his lips because he doesn't move his mouth when he talks. Most people are like, oh, people look at your mouth when you talk because they want something. No, they look at my mouth because I barely move my lips, and then all this sound is coming out, and you're like, where is that even coming from? Is that him? And I'm like, yeah, that's me. Then you can start to notice if I do it. But then if I start to speak like I am on legacy media and I am trying to get your absolute undivided attention, no, because then it looks like it's doing subtitles. I could have been saying something completely different right there. Thanks, Police Academy. All the lyrics in the world cannot express all the feeling. The woods will hide. I know it just got really low. It's not your mercy or your grace to give. It's when the promise was to yourself not to break another tear across the horizon of the window to the soul. As it proceeds, all in a row. Precious love, flowering between the lines we grow. Ghost town. Yeah, I'm just totally trolling it right now. Ghost town. Because normally it's like ghost town. Bro. So. What a friend. Oh. Build your trust more than lust. Down the vibe, downtown Aquadine. Queen of love, it's serious. This precious love, flower. And you're probably wondering, I've heard this before. Is that a real song? No, I literally made this up in one night. That's literally, that's all it took. I have the notes. I wrote it down at work, got home, rewrote it down on another piece of paper, picked this up, and played that. all the lyrics in the world. Not express all the feelings the world will hide. Not your mercy or your grace to give. When the promise was to yourself not to break another tear across the horizon of the window to the soul, as it's perceived to be all in a row. Precious love, flowering between the lines we grow. Let's cut to the last verse. 'Cause all the roses in the world, all stretching up to the sky, reaching for heavenhood, toes rooted to kiss the sky, creating what is love. ABC's, it's you and I. A to Z, third eye, folded in the fabric of time. And definitely there's tears of joy, watering precious love, as flowering between lines we grow. So one of these days I'm going to come up with a way to just spend all my money on musical recording equipment, and I will give this to you properly. I know. I'm going to play it back and I'm going to listen to it, and I'm going to also go, oh, it's like this weird argument between the guitar and my voice. And you're like, oh, stop it. My apologies. All right, so I have 2 songs that I could definitely play and sing on the guitar. All in a Rose and Throat Culture. Both songs are about the love that we share with one another. And I think that's just going to be, at least for in this moment, what I want to be known for. I want to be known for just putting music out there that makes sense. It's not greedy. It's not harmful. It's not, it's unconditional. This is just unconditional music, right? That love right there, that first line, all the lyrics in the world could not express the feelings the words will hide. I'm cheesy. It's not your mercy or your grace to give. It's when the promise was to yourself not to break another tear across the horizon to the window to the soul, because it is perceived to be all in a rose. All in a rose. Precious love, flowering between the lines we grow. Not those lines. No. I was thinking about that because I was thinking about like how like when people get mad and they break up with each other, they want to flip each other off, but they want to be nice about it. So like you'll see people like do like the thing from like Friends. Remember that one? What was that? Who? Somebody? I can't remember. What would they do? I know everybody has seen Friends and knows the motion that you make towards somebody, so your parents wouldn't know that you were being vulgar with one another. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good throwback right there for you, though, isn't it? Oh, I think there's a way. This doesn't have the pickups on it. Yeah, this one's just a straight up acoustic guitar. So, I appreciate the people that are still piling into this room to hear me perform for you. I'm just here for you. Honestly, I'm here to answer any questions anybody has about calming down because that's honestly what I've just become. I'm just becoming of myself, calming down. I can't tell you how to do anything else except that. I honestly, I don't know anything about politics, religion. I am still an ordained minister, and I will absolutely marry you in holy matrimony if you would like for me to be that person to tell jokes and consummate. No, I will not consummate. You will consummate your marriage. I will ordinate your marriage. Yeah. I think that's for the groom and his bride to be. That's the type of humor you have to look forward to, though. And the best thing about me, I almost said I'll do it for free. I will, minus transportation. You have to get me there and get me back home. Otherwise, I will be more than happy to pull out the guitar, sing love songs, talk about holy matrimony and the union and all that beautiful jazz that, when two people come together, it's just a glorious thing. When they make that decision to stay committed to one another and they have their hearts put one. Sorry. I don't know why I get so anxious talking about love. I mean, who else out there is literally just a bleeding heart? You got your heart on both sleeves. I see a person, they're struggling out there and mostly naked. They don't know what's going on, and I'm like, man, let me just be at peace and let that guy be at peace. Let me not intervene, right? Mind my own business, right? That's what everybody wants, is just that privacy. But then, people want to share their business with you. Just, hey, here we go. Let's strap it in. All right. And there we go. And then some people just don't want to hear your business. They want total control over what you think, say, feel, do. Golly gosh darn. If I could just send you to the same school of hard knocks I went to. Right? Maybe you would understand. Maybe you'd have actual empathy. And God, not God, Gad, I think his name Gad, G-A-D, Saad, the author of the book Suicidal Empathy, 8 Weeks, New York Times bestseller. Great stuff. Really juicy, hot topic about being so accepting that your enemy knows how accepting and empathetic you are. So much to the point where they don't even have to come in with guns and tanks and bombs. They can just move in and take advantage of your social welfare systems and your giving nature. And ultimately, as a minister, as somebody who studies behaviorism, theology, patterns, and how we ended up in this point where we are now, where I want to call it the last 250 years of freedom from the oppression of. I can't finish a lot of these statements. And the reason is because, well, it's just an opinion. I mean, I base my opinions, I feel like, on fact. I feel like I've studied the quantum realm enough. I understand how molecules work and chains and all the, I don't know how to, make it happen. I couldn't, recite formulas. But any of us can look at these building blocks of reality, and it's not literal rocket science. It's literally just reality. It's like you're just big, small, micro, macro. Anyways, when it comes to the Holy Union and the energy that you're emitting into the world, and you find somebody who else shares that with you and is willing to stay alongside you, the real question is, do you just hold on to any person that comes by? I mean, are they all the same? like at the core base root, or is there like criteria, right? I think there's criteria, obviously. Otherwise, you would be with the first person you ever met, right? You would have met them and you would have just fell in love because you understand and they understand. And without that understanding, a lot of this is ping off each other constantly because we don't get anything. And it just takes something similar, as they say in physics, one atom can change the physics of all the atoms in its vicinity, right? So I challenge everyone, all my Stargoat friends out there, go out there and do that. Go out there and be that change. Be the one that, you've seen the poster with the green apple and a crowd of red apples. You know what? That's fine. Be an orange if you have to. Be a banana. But do it deliberately. Don't be sitting there doing things arbitrarily. It looks cool. You saw it on a video, other people are doing it. Look, you got to go into your soul. You have to know what you're about. My guess is a lot of who we present to one another is based off of other people that we have come across. And somehow, like, a lot of people like, oh, the illusion of reality and the glitz and glamour, the silver screen, and that falsehood that it creates, where you think you're an original, but it's really there to show you that you're kind of not in that sense. Like, you are, but once you start mimicking and going to stores like department stores, once you open that bank account, once you go get that car, once you start doing the things that you're observing, that's what I'm talking about. Without that, you're an amazing human being. You've got power, you've got creativity, you have potential. But a lot of us just shut all that down and submit. And it's that disillusionment, that boundary between autonomy, independence, right? And having that sense of, I did this. But when you go get a machine that was built by a group of guys 100 years ago, and then over the course of time, other men have stepped up and refined that specifically to put out for everybody else that doesn't, in my mind, doesn't have that internal fire. They don't have the intrinsic motivation. Was it suppressed? Was it shut down? Is it just a natural biological mishap? Like, some people got it and some people don't? Is that how we end up with a majority and a minority? I watch a lot of medical stuff. You guys know this. And I go into the academic pages and I'm reading medical journals and I'm wondering the biology behind our actions. Like, and it's one thing, like, for you to like end up with like a tumor. Great example. Second episode of House, first season, I think second or third. Yes, I'm watching House for the fourth time. It was the one with LL Cool J, where he was a prison inmate and he was there for killing one person, killed a guard, or no, killed his girlfriend, killed an inmate, killed a guard, and then killed somebody else, another guard, perhaps. LL Cool J, LL Cool J. I don't know why I said it like that. He's a cat, right? He's a great actor, dope musician. Only liked maybe one or two of his mainstream songs. Other than that, I have no idea. I'm kidding. I have one of his albums. I could probably sing the whole thing. Don't make me do that. All it would take is a little rum and a karaoke machine. Don't drink. I was going to wear a shirt that said day drinkers, but don't drink. It's not good for you. If you need to remove something sticky from the inside of your body, drink away. Put that out. But don't put beer in your body. Get the nail polish remover. No, don't drink acetone. Oh, I can't believe I have to say things to like a safety thing, like, because somebody can clip that and it would just be me saying, drink acetone to remove sticky stuff from inside your body. don't do that. Get some moonshine. Get like some 99%, just some Everclear. Get that grape grain that you have to order from Canada with a scientist license and stuff. You need a permit for that, right? I don't know what that is. It's alcohol, but it's made to disintegrate things, right? Like it disintegrates things. Okay. I'll go out and I'll have a beer. I'll have a good time. But I'm not living on it. I'm not looking for it. I can't even. It's 6 a.m. somewhere. It is actually 6 a.m. on the West Coast. Somebody knows where to go get beer right now. And there are places that will give it to you because that's freedom, independence, autonomy. And that's love. You know what that's called? Sometimes hate can be the best love. Let them bury themselves is what that's called. Back to the invasion of America and our silly ideas of what's right and what's wrong, our biases. Are they silly? Are they worth us justifying doing anything other than just having a good deep breath? It's not worth it. And I got a really good whimsical pick-me-up yesterday about this. And that's honestly why I went through and deleted all that stuff. It was a very, very good friend of mine. Very good friend. You all know who he is. You've met him before. He is just one of the greatest humans you will ever meet on this earth, if you have the chance again. But right now, there's something I honestly I still can't talk about it. I legally I'm sitting here in this literal gray area. This is my steeping gray area. And the people that are being suppressed and shut down versus the people that are being amplified and having their voices allowed to be heard. Like I have a front row seat. Like I am literal boots to ground. There's something going on. And I don't mean to scare anybody. I don't want to make it sound like weird or ominous. I'm going to tell you like this. I've said this before about my going to Iraq and meeting Iraqi soldiers. I've shaken hands with dudes that were supposedly our sworn enemy. It's like the soldiers during World War II. Once they got the news, they were out on the battlefield shaking each other's hands, lighting up cigarettes, apologizing, realizing that we're all just human. Same thing happened to me. So a lot of them dudes, just like our dudes, are just dudes. They put pants on, they talk to each other, they go home, they got a family. Yeah, I get it. I don't want to go into the schematics, like actual like the rules of how people live, because you know what? It's just as buck wild up in Christian America, Judeo-Christian, whatever you want to call it. It's a non-secular government. But there's like 2 billion Muslim people, 2 billion Christian people, 8 point some odd billion people on the planet, right? Maybe 15, 20, 30 million Jewish people. And, like the numbers, they're weird, right? And when you talk to individuals, they're just people, just as confused, just as unknowing. They might have convictions. They might seem like they do, but when you really talk to somebody, they really don't. Nobody actually can admit fully that they have any actual idea what's going on. Some people will come at you with absolute confidence, and it's always been warned to everyone. Everyone has, the oldest story is beware of false prophets. People speaking that should not be saying the things that they're saying. And absolutely, at times, I will say things that I should not be saying. That's maturity. That's intellect. That's academia. All of that which is unbiased, eternal, forever. I want to thank everyone for coming in today. My apologies for popping in. It looks like I was 10 minutes late because the technical situation over here in the studio was a little wonky this morning. I was having a little and I was like, all right, well, let me just restart this like 5 times, and I did, and then it worked. But we were already 10 minutes into the 5 o'clock hour. Yeah, that's just my thing. I'm really adamant about just doing this for like the next 20 years. Wake up 3:30, coffee, everything ready by 5 a.m. I'm going to hit that button. Expect me here. If I can do this daily, expect me daily. If not, there's other videos of me. Like, there's a whole history. Like, I've been doing this quite a bit. I got quite a few shows already. So the offer is absolutely out there and available to anybody that, you have a subject, something that you think would be important to amplify. Let's talk about it. I want to set the tone. I don't want to speculate on the matter, right? Like, I'm personally I'm over politics and religion. I always have been. If you've known me for longer than 5, I literally have a letter I wrote to the Wyoming government back in 2003. I have been on this for a long, long time, Mr. Wilson. I tell you what. Yeah, that was a combination of Dennis and Menace, and I don't deal with it. So I was out there doing like this activism even before that, and if you've been following me for over 26, 28 years, what was the first thing that I brought out that I got pictures. I have pictures of me being an activist in the 9th grade. I can tell you the year. I'll tell you a little bit about it, but it was literally in the 9th grade, my freshman year in high school. Because from 8th grade, I was getting influenced, and people were kind of like approaching me with like alcohol. That just makes you dumb, doesn't it? 7th, 8th grade. Yeah, that's what they were doing. Then I went into the 9th grade, and a friend of mine was like, hey, why don't you smoke some of this? I'd already smoked cigarettes, so I'm not talking about cigarettes. We're talking about cannabis, marijuana. And some years back, and he said that it would be fine. He convinced me I would not turn into a Mexican because I was worried. I thought I would actually transform and start looking like him, and I would go home and my mom would know because I was now Mexican. That's how good the propaganda works. Because it might be made for adults, but when children hear things like that, when the developing mind, for example, how old were you when you realized that the blood in your body isn't like a cup of water? When you lay down, the blood doesn't like settle. Like when you stand up, like all the blood, like that's my brain developing. I can remember the exact feeling, confidently knowing that's how blood works inside my body. I'm like this, the blood's down here. When I lay down, the blood just, right? Oh, all wrong. Oh, that's not how gravity works. Flat Earth, oceans on it. Yeah, that's not how physiology works. That's not how reality works. I'm going to tell you like this. Reality will work any way it wants to work. Did you guys feel the 7 seconds of no gravity on the 12th? That was lit. If you are a very dense person, you didn't feel it. I'm sorry. If you're consumed by the world, if you have already let the world consume you, you will never feel gravitational pulls and things like that. I'm sorry, you just won't. You need to fast. You need to get into your monkhood mindset. And that's it. I'm trying to get all the way back into this. All these Christians, all these Muslims, who's right, who's wrong? For thousands of years, we've had these ideas and these thoughts, and we've been able to express and communicate with one another these ideas. And what I like to acknowledge is that it still exists to this day. And it's so deeply ingrained into us, the acknowledgement and worship of pattern recognition, the infinite, all of that which is God, right? It's so prevalent in our lives that I start to question after a while the validity of the human made concepts of religion and worship and things like that. And I believe that we're here, God exists, as I'm calling God, the all of that which is. Like, you cannot deny that we are literally here talking to each other. I hate so much love. Isn't that what I said earlier? Big Sean quotes again. Golly. Sometimes hate can be the best love. Anyways, so everybody's talking about transcending domestic tranquility. At the base core of every religion, that's the goal. The goal is peace, love, prosperity, thriving, homeostasis. Even without religion, why would that not be just the goal? As I define intelligence, body or entity that can recognize its environment's need for homeostasis to preserve its own. No, I'm not reading from a script. This is all coming from my brain. I have not read a single thing that is on any of these screens. Like, this is like some Social Security website for the disabled, blind children. There was a comma between each of those words. All right, and then over here I have me on screen, the camera, and just some other tabs open. No, I have been sitting here talking for an hour about subjects that are just on my mind, and I appreciate you listening. Thanks. Eventually, we will get another guest to come back in, and it's going to be good. I need to speak with some legal representation. I have a judicial doctoral individual who gives me entertainment, almost legal advice, right? And then I have my full bar attorney who needs a lot of money to do attorney things. And it just puts me in a peculiar position to try to get these twists presented to you. If I could only just, that's the thing, I can't talk about it yet. So to be continued in the future, please do expect that we are going to be talking about, it's non-controversial, but it is so hot. Oh, hot. I think you'll love it. So, 1 hour into the show, comb your eyebrows, like my friend David in Boy Scouts. He'd be like, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? I could never figure out, was he making fun of me? I've never done that. But he would be like, I'd be like, oh, I miss that guy. I knew where he's at. I know where everybody's at. Not because I reverse looked up your phone number. No, it's because I stay connected right here. Every single person right here. Right here. I hear you. I feel you. I really do. No matter what language you're trying to figure out, you don't need it. I can feel it. Like my good friend on the bus tried to say until he looked up and made eye contact with me. He said it anyway, but it became empty once he realized. He was quoting Marilyn back when I was a child, and I could hear his words humming through the speakers. We all know the hat. It's wearing me. And with this, I bid you adieu. I love it when I see you. You bring your heart to me and I open my heart to you. Everything is like a zoo. I can only imagine what it's like to be standing there in your shoes. Yes, my friend, my lovely, beautiful friend, we can do this again. How about tomorrow? It's Saturday, I'm not going to be up as early, so how about Monday we go about this? And over the weekend, if you can catch me out on the streets, I'd really appreciate that. It would be so legit if we could get together and get everyone to put their hands together and clap. August 16th is International Clap Day. Please look at the date and time. I want to know, are you going to do it as well? Because I'll hold the phone and I'll pick it right up and I'll come to you and we'll slap each other's hands and sync at the exact time. Can you end that for me? All right. We're just having fun. All right, everybody. I love you. God bless you. You have a beautiful day. Go put the hat on. The hat is yours now. I'm taking it off. The hat is your hat now. You are the main character now. I am the supporting character. Stop looking at me like that. Okay, I'll stop doing main character stuff because it gets old, doesn't it? Carry a piece of wood with you. All right, if you need to carry a knife, get a piece of wood. Whittle your little heart. Wow, I think I just made up a new song. Did you hear that? Whittle your little heart. Wow, that's a cool lyric. I like that. Whittle your little heart. Pick up your knife and wood and whittle your little heart away. Pick up your knife and wood and whittle your little heart away. How you like that? Is that jazzy? Silky smooth. This is not the microphone. This is a piece of wood. What was I planning to carve with this piece of wood? I was thinking pine wood derby when I did first start making notches there, and I realized this will not really work as a car so much as it would work as a rocket. Make a rocket out of it? I don't know. And then I think honestly it was just something to just sit here and peel pieces of wood off of pieces of wood. It's now string cheese. Imaginary string cheese. We're out. Going to work. Hearts, hugs, no kisses, no drugs. Just kidding. Go do what you want. Within reason. Don't impose your will upon others. They'll figure it out in good time, I promise. All right. Have a beautiful, blessed Friday. Beautiful people. The beautiful people. It's all relative. No, don't sing that song. Sing my song. Sing my song. Here to share the love with you. Deep in the heart, the